Get ready with me. I want to talk to you guys about eating disorder and anxiety. I've had GERD my whole life. Like, I was diagnosed when I was like 6, and it's always been an issue. So growing up, I had this weird fear of throwing up, like obsessive fear of vomiting. So I've been medicated for it on different things, tests run, all that bullshit. When I was in college, I got on something different, but that is when I stopped eating after, let's say, 6 p.m. every day. Then I had kids. It was kind of manageable. Like, I was still having like heartburn, issues with that, like mild anxiety. I've been on something since I was like postpartum with the twins. But in the last probably year and a half, it has gotten significantly worse. With the GERD, it was oftentimes like with all reflux, it like manifests more at nighttime. So I've always had like a nighttime anxiety, but after August had his situation this summer, that night I was to the bathroom. I can't tell you how many times I had to use the bathroom at the hospital, and I was like inhaling alcohol wipies, trying to like get myself off the ledge, because obviously I didn't have my little anxiety kit with me. So it started getting worse. I started having to take something to sleep, like ZzzQuil, NyQuil, something like that, like, because the anxiety would be so bad at nighttime, like I couldn't go to sleep, and I felt like the only way that I could come off the ledge was to take something to help me sleep. So I went to my regular doctor, got something to give it a try. Well, it didn't work. And then my mom's situation happened. Same thing. I was sick as hell, could not eat, because if I go into fight or flight, if something happens when I have a full stomach, I'm going to be throwing up. I'm going to be using the bathroom. I'm going to get the tremors. That's like part of mine. I don't hyperventilate, but those are like my big anxiety things. And anxiety manifests different for everybody. But it is not up until this past summer that I realized exactly how crippling it can be. We went to a wedding this past summer for a family member of mine, and I literally, because I was not home and we were so far from home at dark, for whatever reason, fight or flight shut down. I had to stop in the side of the road in downtown Columbia and barf. Now, this has sort of manifested into an eating disorder, because at this point I've like, my mind has correlated, like, if your stomach's full and for whatever reason we have a panic attack, you're gonna throw up. So my mind is like, I feel like I can't eat to be full, and I definitely can't eat after a certain time. Going to bed on a full stomach, absolutely fucking not, because that's just like a disaster waiting to happen. Now, is that real? No, but my brain thinks that it's real, because your gut is directly linked to your mind. So I mean, it's natural for people to feel nauseated or have to use the bathroom or whatever when they have anxiety. But when people ask me like, how did you get so skinny, like, I mean, I'm kind of flattered, because I think they mean it as like a compliment, but at the same time I'm like, you don't know the mental anguish that goes on in my brain. That is why I look this skinny. I don't eat after like 3 or 4 p.m. every day. When I eat small meals. I eat just enough to like get me through. So I'm very conscious of my diet, like spinach, proteins, making sure I have like certain food groups, certain things that will like keep me going, keep me fueled, but I can eat small portions and cut off at a certain time of day. I know this is long, but I feel like it's like, it needs to be talked about, because I think growing up, we hear about like bulimia, anorexia. I don't know if you can say that on the internet, but you know what I'm talking about. We hear about those two major like eating disorders, but that's really not the case. So if anything that I said in this feels relative to you, you are not alone.